Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, this video is going to be focused on World Wonder Ring Stardom, as I will be reviewing Stardom Flashing Champions 2023. It was quite an interesting show. Definitely some good and some bad, but we're going to go over that, and also going to go over some of the next big upcoming shows for Stardom, and the 5-Star Grand Prix competitors have been announced. Not only that, but also there will be a 5-Star Grand Prix qualifier rumble that will decide 2 more competitors to join this year's 5-Star Grand Prix. So, got a lot brewing there. But before we get started, here's a PSA. As you continue to watch and enjoy Blitzball Champ gaming content here on the U to the Tube, be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty, our sponsor. For an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products, here is Game Beauty. They offer many different collections such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, and even this special Persona 5 Royal limited edition makeup collection. They also have free domestic and international shipping to most countries for orders over $60. And you can use the promo code BlitzballChamp and you get 10% off of your order for any and all purchases. So be sure to check out Game Beauty when you have an opportunity. Now, we shall return back to our regularly scheduled video. Enjoy. Stardom Flashing Champions 2023. This took place May 27th at the Ota City General Gymnasium in Tokyo, Japan, this past weekend. And I have to say, this was quite the show. Some matches I were looking forward to, others not so much. But let's go ahead and get started. We had 9 total matches, with 2 of them as pre-show matches. We had 2 pre-show matches. So let us go ahead and hop right on in to our matches. So first up, we had a 3-way match, a triple threat match. We had Stars Momo Kohgo versus Stars Saya Iida and Queen's Quest Lady C. Overall, I felt that this was a pretty decent match. Nothing too crazy. But of course, Momo Kohgo and Saya Iida started off attacking Lady C, of course, with both of those ladies being in the same faction. It kind of makes sense. But nothing too crazy of a match overall, but pretty decent. But shout out to the Peach Star, Momo Kohgo, for picking up the victory. She actually pinned her stablemate, Saya Iida, with the Momonpa for the 1-2-3. And yeah, Momo Kohgo, after returning to Japan from, of course, her competing in the United States via the NJPW Strong Resurgence show, where she participated in the NJPW Strong Women's Championship Tournament. She came up short, but it's good to see her return to Stardom and pick up a victory on a Stardom pay-per-view. I mean, it was in the pre-show, but still, Momo Kohgo picks up a victory in a triple threat match. So congratulations to her. A nice return for her to pick up a victory. So good stuff. Hopefully she gets a push. She's kind of had a new new attitude, kind of a slight change of heart. Hopefully it fuels her to pick up more wins along the way, and I hope she gets a push. I really do. But we'll see what happens. But Momo Kohgo is the winner in the pre-show triple threat. Alrighty. Next up, we had a tag team match where on one side we had the team of Aya Sakura and Syuri, the leader of God's Eye, taking on the team of Rebel and Enemy, made up of Kaichow and Maika Ozaki. This was definitely a match that, you know what? I felt like the team of Aya Sakura and Syuri actually did pretty well together. Of course, you know, Aya Sakura, you know, has that karate background, either karate or taekwondo, one of the two. I think it's karate. But, you know, her being teamed up with Syuri, it makes sense. It actually makes sense. And I felt like they had good chemistry together. Really good chemistry. But Kaichow, Maika Ozaki were just a little too much for this team. Mainly a little too much for Aya Sakura, as Maika was able to submit Aya Sakura with the Argentine backbreaker. But pretty decent match. But I really liked some of the things that Syuri and Aya Sakura did together. So it would not surprise me if these two teamed up again at some point. I think they had pretty decent chemistry. You know, I can't front. I can't front. Okay, next up, we had a trios match. We had Queen's Quest versus Oedo Tai. So Queen's Quest, we had Hina, Utami Hayashishita, and Saya Kamitani taking on Oedo Tai's Rina, Starlight Kid, and Ruaka. Now, I know there's been a lot of tension kind of been going back and forth between Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamitani, and we even saw some of that in this match as these two even had a miscommunication and kind of brawled for a little bit. It didn't last too long, but just more salt in the wounds there, just with the dissension between both these ladies. And you know what? It didn't really surprise me. Tensions have been really boiling over between these two. But surprisingly, it did not cost them the match. It didn't cost them the match. You know, Oedo Tai did their thing, you know, did the usual shenanigans, and as what Oedo Tai usually does. But yet, Queen's Quest was still able to pick up the victory in this match. I was actually kind of surprised, as Saya Kamitani was able to pin Ruaka with a Frankensteiner pin. But yeah, I was pretty shocked. I was thinking that, you know, the fight in between Utami and Saya would end up going against them and costing them the match, but it didn't. It actually didn't. So I was pretty surprised. But yeah, Saya picks up the victory for Queen's Quest. All is well for now. All is well for now. That's all I can really say. But pretty decent match. All right, next up, had another faction versus faction showdown, but this time in the form of an 8-woman tag team match. So on one side, we had Stars, made up of the leader, Mayu Iwatani, Hanan, and Fukuoka Double Crazy themselves, Koguma and Hazuki, taking on Club Venus, made up of Mariah May, Jessie, Xena, and Waka Tsukiyama. Now, of course, we had to have the segment of, Mariah May and Koguma, Kuma and sexy Kuma, cute Kuma, sexy Kuma. And of course, they've been really, they've been going hard at that rivalry between Mariah May and Koguma. Just the segments they've been having, even in previous matches. I mean, shoot, Koguma even got what, twerked on or something like that? Or no. She gave her a lap dance. That was like 1 or 2 shows ago. But yeah, Mariah May actually gave her a lap dance. It was pretty funny. Or actually, no. Yeah, it was a show ago. And then this time, Waka actually made... she made Koguma motorboat Mariah May. That was hilarious. That was actually pretty funny. But yeah, this was a pretty entertaining match. I will say that this was an entertaining match. Had its funny segments, and I definitely like what they're doing between Mariah May and Koguma. Even with what they're doing with Mariah May and Mayu Iwatani, and it looks like Mariah May could be in contention to challenge Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP Women's Championship at some point. Looks like they're starting to get that brewing. But overall, the match was pretty entertaining. Hanan actually got the victory for Stars as she pinned Jessie with a 17. And Stars picked up the victory. So, not a good showing for Club Venus in this one, as they weren't able to pick up the win. But afterwards, definitely had the exchange between Mariah May and Mayu Iwatani. So, they definitely got something brewing there. But still thought it was a entertaining and enjoyable match. Okay, next up, we had another trios match. This time, we had the team of Maika, Mei Seira, and Suzu Suzuki taking on the team of Nanae Takahashi, the Pineapple Girl Yuna Mizumori, and Hanako, one of the tallest ladies in Stardom currently. I was definitely enjoying this match, mainly because, I was going hard, rooting hard for Maika, Mei Seira, and Suzu Suzuki. And they had great chemistry, really great chemistry as a trios team. We already see plenty of Mei Seira and Suzu Suzuki as a tag team. Throw Maika in the mix. It's a pretty formidable trio. But, I mean, Nanae Takahashi, Yuna Mizumori, and Hanako did do some things. And, Hanako's been showcased pretty well since debuting in Stardom. So I can't really say anything bad about her or anything like that. But, it was kind of an interesting finish, though. Like, interesting / not a finish that I was really hoping for. So, Mei Seira pinned Hanako just after hitting her with a drop kick. Just a regular drop kick. And then pinned her 1, 2, 3. Like, I feel like they really need to give Mei Seira more of a realistic type finisher, which I know she's a high speed wrestler, but it would be nice if they gave her like more of a specific finisher than just hitting a drop kick and then just covering her. So I wasn't that big of a fan of the finish, but still I was digging the match. Just did not like the finish. But Maika, Suzu Suzuki, Mei Seira walk away with the victory. Mei gets the pin for the team. So, okay. Now that those matches are over with, let's get into some title matches, shall we? First up, we had the High Speed Championship on the line in a three-way match. Triple threat. So the champion, right there in the middle, Queen's Quest, Azumi, defends against two members of Oedo Tai, Saki Kashima on the left, and Fukiken Death on the right. Now, there was some good and there was some bad with this match. Now, for the most part, it was definitely high speed, showcased very well. But my issue is this. Okay, number one, Saki Kashima did pick up the victory. We do have a new high-speed champion. And finally, Saki Kashima's first singles championship in her Stardom career. Finally. But I didn't like the fact that she pinned Fukiken Death to do it. I really would have liked for Azumi to have gotten pinned, personally. But I guess this is their way of keeping Azumi strong. You know what I mean? But just, I don't know. It just feel like it kind of, just a little bit, cheapens it because Saki pinned Fukiken Death and not Azumi. But, you know, triple threat is triple threat. But overall, I'm just glad that Saki Kashima finally has a singles title. And it happens to be in the form of the High Speed Championship. Because it has been so ridiculous with how long she's been in Stardom and hasn't tasted singles gold until now. She's been long overdue. So congratulations to Saki Kashima on becoming the new high-speed champion. And I hope she holds the title for a while. I think she deserves a decent run. You know, get a handful of title defenses under her belt. And, you know, I think she'll be a good champion. I think it's really time to showcase Saki Kashima as more of a threat. Because, I mean, you have to think about a lot of the victories she's gotten, especially in tag team, trios, you know, 8-woman tag matches, you know what I mean? And even sometimes single matches. You know, the Kishi Kaisei is one of the most dangerous pins in Stardom. So, you know, I just really hope they showcase her more as a threat. I really do. So, congratulations to Saki Kashima on becoming the new high-speed champion. Also wanted to note that Syuri ended up joining as special guest commentary for the rest of the show. Okay, next up, we had the Goddess of Stardom Tag titles on the line as the champions, the new eras of God's Eye, Amisore and Mirai, defended the titles against Oedo Tai's Natsuko Tora and Momo Watanabe. This was a pretty good match. Like I said, I definitely like the new eras. I'm more of a fan of Amisore over Mirai, but I do like the tag team. I definitely like the tag team. But this was a very enjoyable match. Although I really feel like, you know, being that we saw Oedo Tai shenanigans, especially with the use of both the pipe and the baseball bat, and yet still wasn't even enough. Still wasn't enough. But overall, it was a pretty back and forth match. But Mirai was able to pin Natsuko Tora with kind of a variation of a seatbelt clutch. Very similar looking. But was able to pin her with that to get the 1-2-3 and help retain the Goddesses of Stardom championships. And then afterwards, looked like we had sort of a scuffle between Queen's Quest and Oedo Tai after this match. And from what I've heard, it looks like there will be a faction war between Queen's Quest and Oedo Tai, and supposedly it's going to take place in a steel cage match. Now, I don't know when that will be, but this is what I've heard. And who knows? Typically in these types of matches, these type of faction wars, Oedo Tai usually comes out on top. So we'll have to see how this goes. But I still think deep down, I think either Saya Kamitani or Utami Hayashishita is going to end up turning on, on the other and leaving Queen's Quest. And if you ask me, it's probably going to be Utami. It's probably going to be Utami. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, next up, we had the Artists of Stardom Championships on the line. As the champs, making their first defense, Restart, made up of Natsupoi, Kairi, and Saori Ano, defending against the Bari Bari Bombers of Donna Del Mundo, Mai Sakurai, Julia, and the Toxic Spider, Tekla. I gotta keep it real with y'all. I did enjoy the match, especially the exchanges between Julia and Saori Ano. And even Julia and Kairi had some great exchanges there. And of course, the Toxic Spider was in prime form. Awesome match overall, especially with the talent in the ring for this match. But I wasn't a fan of the finish. I really wasn't a fan of the finish. Miscommunication. Super kick from Natsupoi ended up hitting Saori Ano. And then Julia ended up pinning Saori Ano with the Genosuke clutch. And the Artists of Stardom titles have been hot potatoed to Donna Del Mundo, as Julia, Tekla, and Mai Sakurai are now your new Artists of Stardom champions. This marks Mai Sakurai's first championship in her Stardom career. But once again, these titles get hot potatoed. Restart just won these titles and then dropped on the first defense. And I don't know if there's going to be some sort of dissension between Natsupoi and Saori Ano. I honestly have no idea, especially with her just recently declaring herself part of Cosmic Angels, which I still don't think she really fits Cosmic Angels, but that's just me. That's just me. But it sounds like they may be doing some build-up to have a rivalry between Saori Ano and Julia, which I'd be all for. But it's like, dang, Julia was not too long ago World of Stardom champion, lost that, and then bam, they just put another belt back on her just like that in the form of the artist titles. So I don't know. I don't agree with the booking decision, but whatever. It was still a good match, just didn't like the finish. Really didn't like the finish. And then the main event came down to this. The winner takes all double title match with both the World of Stardom Championship and Wonder of Stardom championships on the line. As red belt champion, Tam Nakano versus white belt champion, Mina Shirakawa. The leader of Cosmic Angels versus the leader of Club Venus. Now, of course, these ladies went to war. Both these ladies definitely went to war. As expected. Very hard-hitting, back and forth between both of these ladies. But I really, really wanted this match to end in a draw. But it just was not meant to happen. And when it was all said and done, and these ladies hit each other with everything. I mean, tiger suplexes, violet shootings, glamorous driver Mina's, even a figure 4 driver, figure 4 leg lock. I mean, just these ladies threw everything at each other. But when it was all said and done, Tam Nakano eventually hit and pinned Mina Shirakawa with the Twilight Dream for the 1-2-3. And Tam Nakano is now your double champion in the form of the World of Stardom Championship and the Wonder of Stardom Championship. She now holds both. And of course, Mina Shirakawa was pissed. She was yelling and screaming. You could tell she was pissed. And honestly, I think this was a really, really messed up booking decision. Like, this match, winner takes all, should have never happened. Period. Like, you had Mina rolling. She had the impressive showing in the 5-star Grand Prix last year. Even beating Saya Kamitani multiple times, including finally dethroning her to win the Wonder of Stardom Championship. She leaves Cosmic Angel. She forms her own unit. She's a leader. She has a successful defense against Natsupoi. And then already y'all put her in a double title match. Still very early in her title reign. And she loses. Just like that. All that wiped away. And it wouldn't have made it any better if Mina won this match, because this would have been Tam Nakano losing the red belt that she just won from Julia. And this match was technically her first defense of said red belt. So honestly, either of these women winning wouldn't have been great. This match should have ended in a draw, in a time limit draw, or double count out or something. But just all this, and now apparently Tam is talking, being the first one to be, triple crown, have both the red belt, white belt, and the IWGP Women's Championship. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And y'all wonder why I don't like double champions. And already you got a superstar holding the 2 top titles in Stardom. And y'all wonder why I don't like double champions. It happens too freaking much. It happens too much. It's not special anymore. It's not. It hasn't been special since, honestly, since Jay Lethal was ROH World Champion and Television Champion. That was probably the last time that it was actually special. But, like, all these double champions across promotions and, you know, some even double champions within the same promotion is just ridiculous. It's annoying. It happens too much. And it just put a really sour taste, you know, from this particular pay-per-view. So, I feel for Mina. I really do feel for Mina that her push just got ended like that. It was so ridiculous. It was really, really ridiculous. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Club Venus. I get it. But still, this was messed up. This was messed up. It should have ended in a draw. I don't care how many Tam Nakano fans are out there, or Mina Shirakawa fans are out there. This should have ended in a draw. Not to mention, I'm gonna also say this. People need to stop saying that Mina turned on Tam, that she betrayed Tam. No, she did not. She did not betray Tam. She clearly said voluntarily that she was leaving Cosmic Angels to focus on Club Venus. Mina turned on Unagi. She never turned on Tam. Come on now, we need to keep that in mind. She never turned on Tam. She turned on Unagi, but she never turned on Tam. She never betrayed Tam. So I hear some folks out there, you know, keep saying how Mina turned on Tam. No, she did not. She never turned on Tam. So I just had to throw that in there. But decent show, but definitely wasn't my favorite. Definitely wasn't 100% enjoyable, especially with how some of the matches ended. Especially the main event. But aside from that, we got quite a lot of updates. Whole lot of updates. So, let's see. Let's first off get into some key dates for Stardom upcoming. We got some key dates now that Flashing Champions is in the books. Let's see. Let me pull up the schedule. Let me take a look at it right quick. I had it up. One second. Bear with me for 1 second. Here we go. Found it. Okay. So, be sure to jot these down. So, June 2nd, we got Stardom New Blood number 9. So, that's actually right around the corner. That's Friday. This coming Friday. So, June 2nd, Stardom New Blood number 9. Okay, we got a new show, June 25th, called Stardom Sunshine 2023. So, new name. Stardom Sunshine 2023. That's June 25th. Alright. We got, on July 2nd, Stardom Midsummer Champions 2023. So, I'm predicting that'll be another pay-per-view. Stardom Midsummer Champions 2023. That's July 2nd. And then, the 5-Star Grand Prix begins July 23rd. The opening round. July 23rd, 5-Star Grand Prix. On August 13th, there's going to be a show. They don't have a specific title yet, but keep an eye on that date. August 13th, they're going to have a Stardom show for that. And then the finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix will take place September 30th. So, 5-Star Grand Prix starts July 23rd and will end September 30th. So, got a good almost 2 months of action. Almost a full 2 months. Well, that's a little over 2 months. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's a little over 2 months. So, yeah, but big high stakes tournament. Now, let's go into the before I go into the competitors, there's one key thing that I forgot to mention. Finally, after the winner takes all main event, Mirai shows up and makes her wish. She wants a shot at the Wonder Stardom Championship. Now, it seemed like Tam Nakano was trying to goad her into, wait, don't you want a double title match or whatnot? But no, the way it sounded is that Mirai wished for a shot at the Wonder Stardom Championship. Now, remember, that was a title shot that she wished for last year, because remember, she won the Cinderella tournament last year, made that wish, but was unsuccessful. She now has a second shot at it, made the same wish. We'll have to see if maybe she can pull it off. It might just be one of those things where Tam is a transitional champion and maybe Mirai wins the white belt from her. I don't know, but we'll have to see. Anyway, now let's go over the competitors that are confirmed for this year's 5-Star Grand Prix. We have, from Stars, Mayu Iwatani and Hazuki. From Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, Saya Kamitani. From Oedo Tai, Natsuko Tora, Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe. From Donna Del Mundo, Julia, Maika. From Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, Saori Ano. From God's Eye, Syuri, Mirai, Ami Sore. From Club Venus, Mina Shirakawa. And from Unaffiliated, Suzu Suzuki. So those are the ladies confirmed to be in the 5-Star Grand Prix for this year. The ones that I just named. Now, on June 18th, I believe this is right, June 18th, there will be a 5-Star Grand Prix qualifying rumble where 2 more competitors will be decided from this rumble that will end up qualifying and will compete in this year's 5-Star Grand Prix. Now, the names of the competitors that will be involved in this qualifier rumble from Stars, Koguma, Momo Kohgo, Saya Iida. From Queen's Quest, Miyu Amasaki, Hina, Lady C. From Donna Del Mundo, Mai Sakurai and Tekla. From Oedo Tai, Saki Kashima, Fuki Kendef, Ruaka. From Club Venus, Waka Tsukiyama, Mariah May. Unaffiliated, Mei Sarah, Yuna Mizumori, Hanako, and Aya Sakura. So those ladies will be in this 5-Star Grand Prix qualifier rumble. So the 2 winners from this rumble will be your final 2 competitors that will qualify to compete in the 5-Star Grand Prix. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, where's Hanan? Where's Hanan? So word is that she's going to be recovering from injury, from what I've heard, which is why she won't be in this 5-Star Grand Prix. I'm not sure what the injury is or what her health is like, but supposedly that's what the word is. So I don't know. I don't know for sure, but that's what I heard as to why she's not even in the qualifier or in the 5-Star Grand Prix itself. But yeah. So that is the schedule for some of the big upcoming events for Stardom. So a lot to look forward to as the road continues, as it gets up to the 5-Star Grand Prix, which is another one of the, pretty much the biggest tournament for Stardom. But that'll conclude this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. And also, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Let me know what y'all think about Stardom Flashing Champions 2023. Did you like the show? What'd you think of the matches? What'd you think of the outcome? What'd you think of the title matches? What upcoming Stardom shows are you looking forward to? What do you think about the announced competitors for the 5-Star Grand Prix? And also the announced competitors for the qualifier rumble. Who do you think's going to end up qualifying in the rumble? What 2 competitors do you think? And who do you think may win this year's 5-Star Grand Prix? You know, let me hear you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.